November 17th, 2020, regular meeting of the Hendry County School Board to order. The first thing on the agenda is going to be a prayer. And just so happens to have one of those professional prayers in our presence, so we're going to ask Reverend Dwayne Brown to ask his blessing. Everyone, please stand.
Let us bow our heads. Eternal God, our Father, we're so grateful for your goodness and for your kindness and for your mercy. We ask, oh God, that you would bless the school board, oh God. Bless our county. Most of all, Lord, allow us to do our best in decision making for our students in Hendry County. We ask these blessings and all other blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. First on the agenda is the administration of the oath of office. We have Judge Sloan, and kind of turn it over to him.
Well, I didn't know what order you wanted to do these in, so here's what I'm going to do. You two watch carefully, because he's experienced at this.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right. You raise your right hand, sir. Repeat after me. I, Dwayne E. Brown,
I, Dwayne E. Brown,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida.
that I am duly qualified under the laws of this state
I am duly qualified under the laws of this state
and the Constitution,
and the Constitution,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and I will well and faithfully perform
the office of District School Member
the office of district school member
in and for Hendry County, Florida,
in and for Hendry County, Florida,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You know how that's done?
Well, I'd like to stand up and bring my family.
They can
Yeah,
absolutely, you
yeah,
can come
yeah.
out here if you want to, yes, sir. You can have anybody come up here that you want.
Come on over.
We're coming up with you? Yep, yes, you're coming up with
If I get through my part without stumbling over it.
We weren't given an agenda.
Well, it wasn't that, I went through this from memory.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right. Everybody.
Why don't you stand this way? We're all together. How's that?
All together now. All right.
Are we together?
Yep.
Now you understand, I'm only swearing one of you.
We do everything as a unit.
They were very supportive.
All right, sir, would you raise your right hand? Repeat after me. I, Paul Sammerdyke,
I, Paul Sammerdyke,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend,
that I will support,
protect,
protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of
that
Florida.
I am duly qualified
That I am duly qualified
under the laws of this state
under the laws of this state
and the Constitution,
and the Constitution,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of school board member
the duties of school board member
in and for Hendry County, Florida,
in and for Hendry County,
to
Florida,
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, I got it almost all right.
Would y'all call that a unit?
Unit, that's right.
Yeah, come on, you can come out here, I guess. Since you get through, it's hard
I've
for
got a
you.
large unit as well.
All right, bring them on up.
All right. Some of these are outlaws. I don't know if they can get close to a judge. I'm very blessed to have my wife, Amy, my son, Connor and Miles, and my parents, Billy and Judy. A lot of enormous amount of history in Hendry County, so I'm blessed to have them here with me. Do we have a Bible? I thought we were going to do the whole Bible.
There was one.
Yeah.
Sitting on the end of the table. Actually, I found out it's kind of hard to tell who the bad guys and who the good guys are.
Yeah, right.
That's
how we're gonna do that,
right.
right?
Do you remember 8 months ago, if you walked into a bank like this, they would
Oh, right, yeah.
now you walk in without one and they hit the alarm.
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy world. Raise your right hand, sir. I, Michael Swindell,
I, Michael Swindle,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
under the laws of this state
under the laws of this state
and the Constitution,
and the Constitution,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of Hendry County Superintendent of Schools,
the duties of Hendry County Superintendent of Schools,
on which I am now about to enter.
on which I'm now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you very much. That was the fun part. So if anybody wants to leave that wasn't here for the rest, you're welcome to, but we would love for you to stay if you would like.
Yeah, that was it. Come
On
on.
our own.
We're fair weather unit.
Yeah.
Didn't take them long.
Yeah.
Your unit is dissipated.
Oh, the front seat's open.
Yeah, right.
Take some cookies on your way. Please take some cookies on the way.
They're darling.
Great to have family involved, isn't it?
It is.
I don't think any of us could do what we do without their support.
Right.
So glad that they were here. Thank you all for taking time and letting us do that with our families. Next on the agenda is the reorganization. And the first thing on the organization is nominations for chairman. At this point in time, do we have any nominations for chairman of the school board?
I'd like to nominate Stephanie Musin.
Thank you. Is there any further nominations? Is there a motion nomination cease?
I'll make a motion to cease.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of ceasing nominations?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Bushin will remain as chairman of the school board. The second thing is we have to have a vice chairman. Is there any nominations for vice chairman?
I nominate Ms. Amanda.
Board Member Nelson, is there any further nominations? Is there a motion to cease nominations?
So moved.
There's a motion for nomination cease. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of ceasing nominations say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, chairman and co-chairman.
Thank you.
The last thing that we have to do is, not last thing. The next thing that we have to do is set the dates, times, and locations of our meetings. On the agenda and carrying on with tradition is the first and third Tuesday of each month, beginning at 5:30, alternating between Clewiston and LaBelle, or as outlined by the board meeting calendar adopted by the board each year. Is there a motion to support this?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries as well. And then the last thing is for digital signatures. For the superintendent should request permission to continue utilizing digital signatures until the new signatures are in place. And we did ask for board item action on this as well. So can we have a motion to support that?
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion and second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. And then lastly, what I would like to do is say thank you very much. And at this point in time, I will hand the gavel over to the chairman of the board.
Thank you, Superintendent Swindle. Superintendent, did the board receive any citizen comment on agenda items?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so we can move forward to item 5, the consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda a member of the board would like to have removed for an action item?
I have a question about an item on there. Can I just ask a question or should we move it?
Let's move it so we can keep everything
Okay.
uniform. Which item would that be?
The one for Goss Aerospace Institute, Emory.
Okay, certainly. We are going to move item 5C to under action item B. Okay. Do I have, Superintendent, do I have a recommendation on the consent agenda?
I recommend you approve the balance of the consent agenda.
Have a recommendation, do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda passes unanimously. Moving forward to action items. Action item A, we need to open a hearing for proposed policy revisions, policy 2266, a new policy, and the deletion of policy 5517.02. If anybody would like to speak to that, the hearing is open. Seeing no one's come forward to speak, the hearing will now be closed. Superintendent, do I have a recommendation on action item A?
I recommend to approve the proposed new policy 2266 and delete policy 5517.02 as advertised.
Fantastic. I have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Action item 6A passes unanimously. Action item B, Gates Aerospace Institute, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University 2021 agreement. Superintendent, do I have a recommendation?
I recommend approval.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. So, when I was reading the agreement with the aerospace, it referred to the parties, and this is in Article 2, the parties will enter into a firm fixed price agreement and will work to under this agreement. But when I looked at the cost of this, the budget for this item, it was in attachments A, B, and C, and they were not attached. So before I wanted to vote on this, I would like to know how much this cost. Because I think as a member of the board, we have to be looking at finance. So I just couldn't find it anywhere. So that was my question. What is the cost of this? Good catch.
Yeah, awesome. I will tell you that this is through Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and the whole genesis of these is the school system pays the upfront cost, which, great point, we need to absolutely know what that is. The maintenance cost or the ongoing cost is then typically paid through for student industry certifications.
Right.
So at that point, the income would then pay for it, but there is an upfront cost, and I'm sorry that it was left off of there.
Yes, I'm big on vocational. My son just finished from high school, graduated,
Right.
and he was in a vocational track, and it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Sure.
So I'm really pushing the vocational tracks.
Right.
I just saw it as a budget issue.
I'm perfectly okay with tabling that until we get the accurate data of what it's going to cost.
Thank you.
Can we change my recommendations?
Yes.
All right. I recommend we table this item until we get the data requested by the board member.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And unanimous approval to table action item 6B. At this time, do we have any board member business?
Wait, there's,
What am I missing?
new personnel allocations on there. Okay, I'm sorry. New personnel allocations is on there, but I'll
Okay,
take care
it's
of
not
that. That's
on
me.
the planning
That's
board.
me
Okay.
anyway.
All
Sorry,
right.
just kidding. That's me. Okay, y'all go.
Do you want to go first?
Nope.
All right. Reverend Brown, do you have board member business?
No, ma'am, I just want to make one brief observation and make a request. I did not know that the newly elected superintendent talked that fast. I was going to ask that if he could get them. I got to hear you.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well noted.
All right. That's all right.
Mr. Basquin, do you have any board member business?
I just want to say congratulations to everybody that was elected and just sworn in, and I think Mr. Sammerdike and I are going to get along real well with this vocation guy over here. I've got
Nice.
two of
It
us.
sounds like it.
Three.
And our new superintendent, we know he's a vocation guy. I'm loving it. So congratulations, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sammerdine?
Of course.
I love it.
All right, first of all, there's some people I'd like to thank. I got a lot of support from the board members when I was training for this position. I was coming in new. I met with Dr. Sally Bird, and she talked to me and encouraged me. But there's one person that I really need to thank and helped me with my computer, helped me with my board dockets, everything else. On this weekend, I'm texting her on Saturday during the day saying, hey, what can I do about this? And that person is Beverly Thompson. She had my back. She did a wonderful job. And every time I try to thank her, she said, well, that's okay, that's my job. Well, I can tell you, she did a great job. And I feel so confident because of that. All right, a couple other things. December 11th, the Florida legislation delegation is going to meet in Lewiston. And do we send somebody to that?
Yes, sir.
And who do we send?
And I'm registered to speak there.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. And maybe I'll go too.
It's always,
Love to have
it's a great opportunity.
Okay, because I had that and I just wanted to bring that up. That was the big thing. Also, in 10 days, the school's going to be closed for 10 days. And then we're going to come back. And from everything that I hear on the news and so forth, the COVA count is going up. Now, I was in 5 schools today, and I'm telling you, they did great. Everybody had hand cleaners, all the kids had masks, there were screens, and it ran better than I ever imagined. So smooth. But in 10 days, I think we'll be ready because it could be a big increase is what I'm afraid of. And I just it looked like everything was good, and I wanted to recognize that, but I thought, boy, we better be ready because it might just get worse.
That's right. I will say to that point, on the website, if you have not seen that, we have.
Oh, that count?
Yes, sir. Ms. Tomlin does a phenomenal job, and it's up to date daily. And so if you ever want to know what that is, that's a great resource to go.
And it looks pretty good. I looked at it. I mean, our counts are pretty good now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was just worried in 10 days the way the trends seem to be going.
Well, we are watching it very closely and hope and pray to God that it trends the other way. That's what we do. And we'll act accordingly when the time's right.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
That covers my head.
Thank you, Mr. Sammerdine. Ms. Nelson, you have board member business?
Just to say congratulations, Superintendent
Thank you.
Swindle. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Welcome, new Dr. Bird.
Okay.
It's going to be a pleasure. And I'll call you Paul Sammerdike. And welcome back, our returning champion down there, Reverend Brown. Always a pleasure. Yes, love you. And just a quick shout out to all the Teacher of the Years today, the Golden Apple presentations for LaBelle, and I can't wait to do Clewiston tomorrow. So, way to go. That's all.
I just want to say congratulations to Superintendent Swindle. Welcome back, Reverend Brown, and we're glad to have you on our team, Mr. Sammerdike. I think, we've got a very competent board right now, and I think that, moving forward, we're going to have some tough situations, but I think, collectively, we've got the ability to address it and handle it and do it well with this team. So I'm excited about moving the district forward together as a team, and I just want to say thank you for electing me and giving me another opportunity to be chairman, and it is an honor and a privilege to have that opportunity to serve you.
Awesome.
And Superintendent Swindle.
Can I go now? All right. So I as well want to say thank you. I'm very excited about this opportunity. I'm very excited to be on this team. This is a very challenging and trying time for a lot of folks on a lot of fronts, but I believe that through collaboration and leadership, that we can challenge it and we'll be successful. So that doesn't concern me. I do want to start off by saying, as you well know, I've never been a superintendent. This is my first day on the job, and I know that I will make mistakes. I know that I'll have to beg forgiveness at the right time. But mind you that I will work hard every single day to do what's right, and I know that I've got imperfections. I want to do everything I can to increase the comfort level of this board that what we are doing is effective, and we're pushing forward with student achievement in our school systems. We, as the 6 of us collectively, serve a little over 7,000 students and a little over 1,000 employees, and that's a pretty good chunk in Hendry County. So we the 6 of us have a very large responsibility in what we do. In doing so, as I'm becoming acclimated and already gone through a couple of days worth of superintendent training and some more to come, the roles of the superintendent are fairly defined in the to-dos and what has to be done. Your role as a school board member is fairly defined with policy and budget and things like that falls within your purview. Unfortunately, in rural, especially in rural, I'm sure everywhere, but especially in rural districts like what we have, those lines get blurred. You know, even though operations of the school becomes under our umbrella, we're in such small community, everyone knows you, so they wind up calling you, and then you have to go through what you have to go through to get those things done. At the end of the day, we all satisfy those constituents and the folks that put us in these seats to do the best job that we can. I want to propose to you that we somewhat redefine how we look at what we are doing, more along the lines as a school board superintendent team. We need to be able to work together. At the end of the day, my goal is for you to say, good Lord, I wish the superintendent would leave me alone and quit calling me. Because I want you to know what's going on in the school systems. I want you to be informed, and I want your voice to make sure that it's powerful in the day-to-day operations that we're carrying out. I don't want things to happen that you're not informed about. And so, therefore, I want to make sure that we move forward as a team. That we don't always have to agree, that's not necessarily the point, but we have to have collaboration and agreement and a consensus on how we're going to move forward and how we educate Hendry County's youth to challenge their futures as we move forward. As I move forward, one of the things that I ask is what do we want our district to become? What do we want the educational environment to be? Are we happy with where it is? Are y'all happy with where it is?
No.
Quite frankly, I don't think I got elected because people are happy with where it is. I think they want better. I think they want us to do better. They want me to do better. And so as I look across the state, as I look across the nation, there's a lot of things that I know that we can do better. I want to see us becoming a high-performing school district. And I think we can do that. I think we can do that pretty quickly. I think all of our schools can be A and B schools. I believe that we have the talent in the schools, we have the leadership to make that happen. I believe we can have a 90% graduation rate. I believe that we've got programs and teachers in place, vocational and otherwise, that can help these students strive to succeed and want to graduate. When our students graduate, I want to see them walk happily away from our schools with at least 2 or 3 things in their hand: a diploma, an industry certification, and hopefully some type of college accreditations. 2 of the 3 would be great, wouldn't it? All 3 would be awesome. But if we do that, and if we carry that out, then we have set the stage for success for those students. And so these are going to be some of the strategic things that I want to start working on today. We did start on that today, by the way. And so we're going to start working on creating those pathways of success for our students. I want to make sure that the things that I bring to you are clear and in line with the things that you want to see happen within this district. And in any good teacher spirit, I brought some homework for you. Does anybody know the last time that we updated the mission statement for Hendry County Schools?
Hasn't been at least 6 years.
It was exactly 6 years ago, almost 7 now. So what I propose to you is that we take a close look at the mission statement, and I have them here, and I can give them to you when you leave. It's not that we have to sit here and debate them, we're not going to. But I want clarity of mission from you. And in order for that to happen, I think that we need to revisit our mission statement and decide, are y'all happy with it? Do y'all want to take a deep dive into it, and let's make it suitable for today's environment and today's teachers and today's students? I hope that that's the direction that we go. There's some options that we have. I believe that we have some very highly qualified staff in-house that can facilitate that. There's also outside sources, and there are some nuances between the two. We're not looking for answers. I don't want answers tonight, nor do we even have to really discuss it tonight. But I want you to know that within the next month or 2, I would like some direction from you on, let's clarify the mission statement. Give us clarity of mission so that as we make decisions that are the dollars that you're responsible for, the people we hire, the programs that we buy, are we investing the money to the highest and best use of that money to drive student achievement up so that we can be a high achieving district? Is everyone okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, I don't want to go much further into that tonight. I do have copies of the mission statement, because it's not something that you would commonly have or know, unfortunately. But the last one was 012, and the one before that, I believe, was 06. So we're kind of on cycle now for it to be updated anyway, so the timing is perfect. And what a great way for us to start our tenure together as a board and as a group, as a superintendent board team, than to have a conceded mission statement that we all can hold hands on and agree on, and use that as the temperature check of every decision that we make. Okay? So I've got these copies and I'll leave them with you. And lastly, before we go any further, I have a quick walk-on item. And so let me make sure I give copies of each of these. Oh, well, it's on your board, right? I'm sorry, it is on board docs. It's the last item there. I have printed copies if anyone does not have those. And the two things that I'm going to ask you for your support on, we, as on a district level, need to do a better job at supporting the building level leadership at driving up the achievement within the school. What I would like to do, and I'm asking for your favorable consideration upon, is I would like an elementary director and a secondary director. So 2 positions on the district level. Their primary focus and their main focus is going to be constant interactions with those principals and the leadership teams at each school to ensure that they're following their data, they're watching their test scores, they're working with the new teachers to ensure that those new teachers are using best management practices that drive high achieving students. Identify the teachers that are struggling in certain areas and the test scores for the students do not support anything short of specific coaching. Perhaps look at test scores and identify areas that each class and or school needs help in, whether it be math, language, or no matter what that would be. But I believe that these 2 positions will have a direct impact on identifying our blind spots and correcting those blind spots immediately. And this will be the first layer that we will have to drive up the student achievement in each school. The funding for this, I know anytime you talk about funding, that makes us all kind of wiggle in our chairs and get a little bit uncomfortable. But I will say, Dr. Mundy has graciously helped identify some funds that are grant funds, as evidenced on the request that we have. And so what she has found is through SAI funds that she can support both of these positions. So the bottom line is that we can do this without touching your general fund or your fund balance, and be able to move forward in an expeditious fashion and being able to support these schools and the teachers and the learning that's happening there. So having said that, do we have to do them each individually, or can we do them both together?
You can do them together.
Okay. So having said that, does anyone have any questions about that?
Would that funding, the SAI funding, be reoccurring?
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir.
Dr. Mundy's a hero.
She is. She's my hero today for sure. So having said that, if there are no further questions, then I recommend approval of both director positions as presented in your packet.
I have a recommendation from the superintendent. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, do we have any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, any more board member business? Do you have anything, Ms. Mullin?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Okay, well, with that, we can conclude the meeting, and it is adjourned.